I am really going to try not to talk a lot in this video because this lesson is actually pretty short and sweet, and I think you can do most of it on your own. So, isosceles triangles. An isosceles triangle, we have at least two sides congruent, and actually someone I think earlier on asked me if an equilateral triangle is isosceles, and in fact it is. Okay, so that was a very good question. Now I think you guys all know how many degrees are in all of the sum of the angles of the triangle, and we're going to prove that later on, but it is 180 degrees. Okay, all of the interior angles added up are 180 degrees. So in an isosceles triangle, the base angles are equal. Now, what are the base angles, you might ask? They are the angles that are attached to the base. What is the base, you might ask? The base is the non-congruent side. Okay, so my base angles would be attached to that. These are base angles. All right. So it's pretty easy to figure out all the angles in an isosceles triangle. So angle A and angle T are my base angles here. Angle T, sorry, that's a little messy. My marker's not working. My vertex angle, the vertex angle is the angle opposite the base. So opposite my base is angle C. All right, it's the non-base angle. So you should be able to answer 1B pretty easily. Pause here if you need to. The vertex angle is angle O, and the base angles are D and G. Now, keep this in mind. I'm telling you that some of you are going to make this mistake, and I hope that I'm wrong. Okay, 180 degrees has absolutely nothing to do with the sides. It's only talking about the angles. Angles, angles only. Can't add up the sides and get anything consistently. They can be anything, an infinite number of lengths. Okay? So let's do a couple example problems, and I'm setting you off on your own. ABC is isosceles. If the measure of A is 80, B is 50, what is the measure of angle C? Well, this one I don't even need to know that it's isosceles because I have the sum of three angles of a triangle is 80 plus 50 plus x. Notice my let statement is 180. Simplify, solve. You should get angle C is 50 degrees. You could have done that in your head, I know, but this is important algebra that some of you need to practice. The vertex angle is 46. Now this one's interesting. So I'm going to let x equal a base angle. Okay, so my vertex angle is 46, plus I have two base angles that are the same measure, so that is 180, and you can simplify, solve, pause here, whatever you need to do, and you should get x equals, do this on your own, guys, 67 degrees, which, 67, so base angles are 67 degrees each. Example 4. If one of the base angles in an isosceles triangle is 44, find the other base angle in the vertex angle. Well, okay, that's not rocket science either, but I could let x equal my vertex angle. There's only one vertex angle, so x plus 44, and we know the other base angle is 44 equals 180. Okay, and you could simplify and solve that, and x equals 92. Now, I know a lot of you did that in your head. However, if this was a state test or my test, you need to justify and prove your work. And the way you do that is typically using algebra. Well, this would be explain or prove or something. I almost wrote algebra. Okay. Example 5, find the missing degrees. Just be careful that you're lining up your congruent sides. So this angle is congruent to this angle. Okay, so B would be 33 and T would be 180 minus 66, which is 114. All righty, and this one, isosceles, right? One of my favorite triangles of all time. They have to be the same. That's 90, so these two have to add up to 90, so each has to be 45 degrees. Okay, isosceles right triangle, affectionately known as the 45, 45, 90. I'm going to let the rest of you, or I'm going to let you guys finish the rest of the packet. Okay, so have a wonderful evening, and you got a little bit of work to do there. Not too much. I think you should be done in no time. See you tomorrow.